Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? How is everybody? I just got to come in, say hello, and this time I'm videoing instead of going live. But darn, I was trying to reverse my camera and I can't get it to reverse. I wanted you to see, imagine. I got that for a Christmas present a few years ago, and it's in my office, and it's about dreaming and imagining. Gosh, I wish I could reverse this. But anyway, what I wanted to do is come to you today. I want to talk to you like really quick. And, I'm about women in motion, and I'm just going to be just kind of real here. What am I trying to do? Y'all been seeing a lot of my posts, and you're probably wondering, what in the world? You probably think I've lost my mind, but I haven't lost my mind. You know what it is? Is that I am fulfilling my calling. And I need your help. I need your help. And how can I get that help? What do I need? Is that I want to reach out to all the women around, those that need help, those that are being challenged in life right now. I want to reach out to them as a coach, as a counselor, and also as a team leader. I wanted to share something that really gives everybody a little bit of an opportunity here, because there's so many hurting women out there. And, God has ordained me as a pastor. Yes, he's done that. I went through the Bible college. I got my doctorate degree. I've done all of those things, right? I've done them all. And anybody that knows me knows that I've done that. I'm an analyst by trade. And then after that, I went in, I owned my own real estate company. And then Jack died and I shut it down. And so that's pretty much it. I still have my license. I still can do real estate, and I do it occasionally, but that's not my priority now. My priority is helping women. I remember as a single mom needing help, wondering how I was going to pay my bills, what I was going to do, I remember those days. I remember those days getting married and infidelity happened. I remember that. I remember that pain. And then here we go again. And my husband passed away. And I remember that pain. And I just feel like I've gone through so much stuff. But it is my responsibility now to share all of those things. And I've shared a lot with you in the past. I've shared my story of sexual abuse. I've shared that. I'm going to take my daddy's name, Lori Lamar, and I didn't even introduce myself when I started this. So I'm Dr. Lorraine, aka Lori Lamar, because that's important to me. And it's important to me to break those generational curses, and I just will say very clearly that, that sexual abuse was not my father, okay? So we'll just get that cleared up right now. However, it was in the family. So anyway, in the extended family, that is. But you kind of grow up different, You grow up different, and you think different, and you feel different about yourself. But God has opened my eyes, because here's the thing. I'm not the only one. And I may be talking to some broken ladies here right now. And I know that you're not the only one. But what I want to do is I want to pull us all together as a team. Okay, I want to get us together as a team. I want you to get healthy, number one. Number two, I would love to see you build a business. But primarily, I would love to help you make a little bit of extra spending money. That doesn't cost you anything. And so what I need is ladies to help me identify those who need help. That maybe they can't even imagine getting a hand up in life. Think about that. Think about that. Some of those that are downtrodden, some of those that have given up, and they think there's no way. And they may see the post and they may say, I could never do that. Well, but you can. And what I want to do is I want to come alongside of you. I want to come along beside you, and I want to show you exactly what to do. Okay? Now, we have a complete identified what we call system of growth. And all you need is a telephone. And I can show you exactly what to do. I can show you how to post. I can show you how to do those things to where you could sell my product just by sharing. Just by sharing. And then I will pay you to do that. It's not really hard. It's really about just the social media aspect. It's not knocking on doors. It's not any of those things. It's telling friends. But first of all, we got to identify those people that need it. And I want to tell you just a little story, and I may have told you this before, but just before, well, actually, whenever Robert had gotten stung by the Yellow Jackets, you know, I was doing the business and I was going along, doing really well. And then when that's happened, I kind of backed off. I haven't ever backed off of the products, but I did back off of not eating right and stuff like that, because I was doing whatever was easier, whatever was simpler, pick up, whatever, because there was so much turmoil here in the house because of what was going on with him. And he couldn't help it, but he needed me there. And it took one day him falling out by the pool. And this has been a while back. This isn't the recent one. But he fell out by the pool and hit his head and couldn't get up. And he was screaming for me. And I finally realized where he was. And I was actually on a Zoom call at the time. And it was then, at that point, I was like, I can't do it, right? And so here I am again. And I'm getting it all back in the groove. And that's why you're seeing all the posts. And now I want to reach out, but I need your help. Who do you know that could use that help? But what I was going to say is during that time, I received a video. I received a video from my upline, and he said to me, Lorraine, you've got to watch this, because he knew of my past. He had read my book. And he knew about my past, and he knew that I was wanting to minister to women. And so he sent me this video, or recording, whatever you want to call this thing. And it was an interview of a woman who, I may have mentioned this before, but she had been on drugs. She had had a tough life. She was a black woman. Doesn't matter. But it'll set the stage as to, unfortunately, some of them grow up in the street, and they in less favorable areas of town, which is a sad thing all in itself. But this particular woman, her mother was a drug addict. Her mother sold drugs. Her mother was in and out of jail all the time, and she was pretty much on the street raising herself, and then a younger brother. And anyway, she ended up going the wrong way herself for a while. But then she got pregnant. At 15, she got pregnant. And she decided that it was time that she get her life together the best that she could. And so what she did is she started working in the strip joint. Because it was good money, it was easy money. It calls for you to do things that are unfavorable, but that's what she did, because she wanted to put food on the table, and she wanted to raise her child in a good way, the best that she could. And anyhow, long story short, after that, she did end up getting pregnant again, and this time it was like, okay, you can't dance, you can't do this, So you've got to come up with another answer. And so she went and she started working for a debt collector. And when she started working for this debt collector, she did really good, calling and trying to recover the debts and stuff. And I guess, yeah, they get paid by the hour. And anyway, she collected over $1 million in debt her first year. And they were so excited, and they did the hoo-ha, hooray, hooray, bring out the pom-poms, hooray, hooray, right? And they said that they wanted to reward her for all of her work. And I will say that I believe this was the best thing that ever happened to her, because it took them 3 months to call her in, and she kept waiting and waiting, and she was really running out of bandwidth. And so she got a 25-cent an hour raise. 25 cents. And she said that was like a slap in the face. Slap in the face. And she immediately quit her job. She wasn't even thinking about how she was going to put food on the table the next day. She wasn't thinking about that. She was so angry because she had been taken advantage of. And she felt like, if nothing else, that they would give her some kind of a bonus for collecting that kind of money. But they didn't. They gave her a 25-cent raise. Now, today, that's ridiculous. This has been a few years ago, but the point is, some of us have gotten those 25-cent raises, right? And anyway, she quit. And she had heard about network marketing. And so she went and checked it out, and she joined in with a network marketing organization. And what she did is she started focusing on the less fortunate woman. And that is where it started, is that there are so many women out there that need a hand up, and they need some help, and they need to be able to pay a mortgage or a car payment or a doctor bill, taking their children to the doctor. There is all kinds of things. Single, married, regardless, there's married women out there, stay-at-home moms that need help. Their family needs help. But I'll tell you what, the cost of putting a child in daycare right now is just absolutely ridiculous. However, so what I want to do is I want to carry an inventory, and I want to allow anyone that wants to do this to come along beside me and me teach you exactly what to do, and using our proven system of growth. I want you to use it and be able to earn money. And you could earn as much as you want. But what we want to do is, there's a couple of different products that I use, that I carry, and but one of them is our weight loss drops. And I am able to get that at a cost that we can spread that wealth and allow others to, let their friends know about it via social media, via TikTok, Instagram. Don't ask me to teach you all that. I know a little bit, enough to get me in trouble, and Facebook, and post these pictures out there. But we'll give you exactly what it is that you need to post. And you can make, I'll say at least $50 a transaction if somebody calls. So you could make anywhere from $50, $200. If you had 4 boxes go out in a week, $200. And $200, if you did 4 boxes a week, 50, let's say that's $100, $200. My mind just went blink, blink. Okay, that's $200. Okay, so if you did $200 a week for 4 weeks, that's an extra $800 a month. And I'm sure that you can do that. And I'm sure that you know some people that can do that. And that doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't cost them anything. They don't have to pay for a membership. It's me buying my product wholesale. I have to buy it in bulk to get a wholesale price. And then allow them to go out and market this, and you know, they come and pick up the inventory from me. They make the sale and they get their money, and then they come to me and pick up the inventory, and they give me what it costs me so that they can make this money, and I give them my profit. Because that helps everyone get up on their feet. And then later, if they decide that they're doing good enough that they want to do it, fine. That's fine. I will walk you through the whole thing. But I just want to reach out into the community. And I want to touch lives. So I'm asking you now that if you know anyone that needs that hand up, privately, let me know privately. Because we're not going to put this out on Facebook. I mean, I'll put the video out there, but I may just send it to individuals directly. I'm still debating about that. But, and then what I want to do is go and get some of them together. And I want to show that it's an interview of this woman. I want to show it. And I want them to hear, because what she did in 9 months is she made $1 million in 9 months. And she had, I think, 3 other women that hooked arms with her, that got involved, that had gotten to where they were able to do the business themselves. And they too were making like 6-figure income within that 9 months. So, you know, it's not about money. It's really not about money. It's about survival. And it is about having an extra income to help you. We talk about side hustles. Because I'm going to just tell you something. You know, Robert and I, with all the things that he's gone through, have, gone into retirement. And it sucks. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work for what we need. Doesn't. I'm just being really honest. And I don't want to stop working. And he's to where I can do this now. And like I said, I'll be carrying the inventory. But if you know somebody, I just want to build up their imagination. If they could just imagine and what we could do to help them, because I would be here for them. You all know I have a degree. If you don't, I have a degree in counseling, and I also have a degree as a life coach, or certified as a life coach. So I have all of the credentials. I just need the people. And I'm asking you, give me a buzz, send me a private message. Who do you know? And maybe even, I could come to your home and meet these people and just talk to them there. Anyway, I love you all. I'm praying for the answer. I'm praying for God's direction. And one of them was to do this video. So I will see you later. Dr. Lorraine signing off for now. Bye.